I'm going to start with a bit of a confession here, and that is that I like things to be easy. And I know I'm not too crazy. I'm not that different from many of us in this room. I like conveniences. But we have built a world that worships convenience. I'm going to make that argument right now. We want fast answers. Relationships with no friction. We want instant everything. And we're willing to pay a price for it, although the currency for it does differ, depending upon the situation. $5 for pizza to be delivered? Maybe. Often not, but maybe. Spending an hour volunteering at a community garden for a good cause? Sounds good. Even our privacy is up for grabs. We're all paying that right now with our devices in our pockets, probably listening to us. They can hear everything we done talked about today. Get ready for the ads on social. They're coming. But the cost of convenience when it comes to relationships, well, that's something entirely altogether different. When we stay or become convenient for others so that we can belong, well, we're not buying efficiency, we're actually trading for intimacy. We're buying the chance to be accepted, to feel included, to feel safe, to feel loved. Now, the love I'm talking about isn't all paper hearts, although they're very pretty. That's cute. Let's define love for the purpose of this conversation. Let's say that love is, perhaps at its greatest, really just allowance. That's it, allowance. Embracing all the otherness out there, all the different people that exist and live as they live, letting things exist as they are, even if and when those things slow us down. Isn't that a great idea? Let's just love each other. Let's just everybody love on each other. It's all great. It's all good. Everybody, you be you be you, everybody be you. It'll be great. What if we just embrace the differences? But here comes that idea of convenience again. Boy, don't we love it. It's just begging us to make things easier, faster, and it's going to cost us. What if the price we pay for love, safety, and belonging is self-love? I'll give up a little bit of my truth, a little bit of my authenticity in exchange for your acceptance, a sense of safety in numbers. I'll make myself convenient so that I don't inconvenience you, so that it's easier for you and faster for you to love me. What then? How much of my identity, my self-love, my dignity, my integrity, my values, am I willing to pay in order to belong? And for how long? And conversely, how much love are you willing to pay? How much are you willing to pay out in order to embrace what's inconvenient? And why would you even do that? I'll make the argument right now that convenience keeps us efficient, keeps things easy. But love slows us down. It keeps us alive. It keeps us all truly safe. How much of ourselves can we cobble together here? Can we piece together to make us all actually fit? We have to be willing to be inconvenient while also embracing the inconvenience of others if we all want to truly be safe. See, when we're convenient, we're socially appropriate, right? We're easy to be around within the rules of a given setting. We're convenient at weddings by not wearing white unless you're the bride. We teach kids to be convenient at school by raising their hands to answer questions and go to the bathroom and do all the things. We expect people to know how to zipper in traffic. You know what I'm talking about? Those converging lanes, even though it kills you to let that guy next to you get ahead of you. You know, but you all do it, right? You all zipper, right? Who doesn't? You should. It's efficient. Being convenient requires us to quickly adjust our behavior, right? Depending upon the other person's ease. We stay easygoing, mild-mannered, agreeable, and we love those kinds of people, right? They're convenient. When people show up in ways that slow down that easy rhythm that we love, by saying no, by asking hard questions, or living entirely differently than we do, well, isn't that just so annoying? Isn't that just so inconvenient? But as humans, we crave acceptance. And that's not vanity. That's biology. Our need is rooted in an evolutionary sense of survival. The simple truth is we need to belong somewhere. We need to be accepted and loved and included. And so it seems at times in our life we'll pay almost any price to have that. But have you ever gone a little crazy at a BOGO sale? Wound up with maybe 20 cans of peanut butter in your cabinet? Sure, it's nice to have some peanut butter and jelly, okay? I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but come on. After a while, them sandwiches are gonna get a little, okay? We're gonna get tired of them. Especially if we overinvested in buying the peanut butter, and now we have nothing left to purchase the other things that we need in life. The same is true with belonging. We can overinvest. It's easy to overinvest in belonging by being convenient so that we can get and keep a ticket into the places we most want to belong. Our families, social clubs, even a high school soccer team. But when we become so convenient for others that we're overinvested, we may have sacrificed some really important things along the way, like our voice, our dignity, our individuality, our roots, our values, and another thing we so deeply crave as human beings, our autonomy, our right to self-determination. What may have started as a way to differentiate ourselves by belonging to a specific group for safety winds up making us just like all the others. So ask yourselves this. Have you ever been inconvenient? You sure have. Babies. We were all one once. Super cute, super cute. Very inconvenient, okay? Deeply so. Love them, inconvenient. Have you ever paid for an inconvenience? Anybody got a pet in here? Yeah. Puppies. Oh, the little puppy, they're so cute, right? They'll tear your shoes up in a hot second. They'll destroy some things in your house. How about your neighbor? Pig-headed, but they have a snowblower, so we just smile and wave when they walk by. Hi. How about your colleague, your coworker? They're outright harassing, but you need them to get some wins at work. So we all pay for convenience and we all pay for inconvenience at different times. I'm not saying everything in life is a transaction, but few things in this life are actually free. We're always trading time, money, love, or something to get what we want or keep what we have. Essentially, someone is always buying and someone is always paying. I'll trade my discomfort to hold a baby for hours. I mean, they're just so darn cute, right? I'll do that. I'll even take a little nibble on the hand from a puppy, little puppy teeth. Ooh, so cute. I've waved at pig-headed neighbors when they go by. I've even paid to stay silent about harassing coworkers because I know what the price is to be paid by not staying silent and just how much that cost me in being ostracized at the office. There's degrees of it. Inconveniences everywhere. Traffic lights, those little tiny buttons on clothes. What's up with that? Mugs with metal on them that you can't put in the microwave. We can get around most of those things with a fair degree of efficiency, but what about people who are inconvenient? Those people who they don't make it easy for us to keep going without disruption. They're the people who decide and move slowly. They set boundaries. They advocate loudly for others. They question the status quo. They heal slowly. And they run fast towards the creative and the wild. How much love are we willing to pay to allow for others' inconvenience? I've spent the last few years personally researching what it means to be inconvenient, how to challenge structures of power, how to stay safe in order to stop paying what I call the convenience tax. And what my research into it has shown me is simply this. It's okay to be inconvenient. It's okay. You can be inconvenient. We're allowed. We need sharp edges in this life. We can't have a frictionless world where all the sharp edges have been sanded off, right? Sure, we don't want to lay in a bed that has like shards of glass in it. That's not the idea here. But who wants to balance a plate on a fully round table that's shaped like a ball? Can't have that either. To be inconvenient, we need a lot of love. Self-love often shows up as confidence, and then influence, the love of others, giving us permission in spaces where maybe we didn't have a first-class ticket to ride, saying, it's okay, you can be sharp and edgy in here, I allow it. In 2001, many moons ago, I attended a Halloween party with a friend. And at that party, someone shouted out a racial epithet as the punchline to a joke. Now, I'm a brown woman, in case you couldn't tell. I instantly felt uneasy. To my core, my stomach raged, and I made maneuvers to quickly leave. And my friend who invited me very quickly grabbed my jacket and said, don't go, don't go. She was desperate for me to stay. And then she looked at me and exclaimed with what she thought was love in her eyes, you know you'll always be my N-word. She was trying. That was her trying so hard to show me love by accepting me in a backhanded way so that I would stay convenient. I soon left the party and the friendship. The cost of my convenience was too much for either of us to pay. The personal cost of staying convenient when we're overinvested is simply self-erasure. Chronic people-pleasing is correlated with higher anxiety and lower self-esteem. Yet it feels so much easier at first just to stay convenient than to become inconvenient, because being the latter risks having love withheld. But if we can stay uncomfortable long enough to see our inconvenience through, what we find eventually is love revealed. How long? How much time you got? Some things are meant to happen slowly, not efficiently. Every culture has that slow-cooked meal that takes like days, weeks sometimes to make, and only moments to devour, and it is worth every single bite. Education takes years and a lot of money, and it's worth it for the experience and the achievement. Handmade quilts don't happen overnight. Heck, somebody in here has probably been renovating their bathroom for I don't know how many years. You've been at it for a minute. These things, they take time. Love takes time. So do hard conversations. When we can have those in healthy ways, we give way to healthy relationships. It may be inconvenient, but every time we choose convenience over truth, we trade staying alive another day at the steep cost of dying just a little more inside. Convenience may make us efficient, but love makes us human. We can love by pausing. I'm truly convinced that 3 deep breaths right now could quite possibly save the world, okay? We can love by recognizing that conflict isn't the problem, avoidance is. Disagreement is data, it's not danger. And we can love by refusing to feed our desire to rush in and always solve and fix things. Sometimes things need to stay broken for a while so that they can be made whole in ways that have nothing to do with us. Entire industries exist around ease. Food delivery, home fragrance subscriptions, kids' parties in a box. We love a good shortcut in this life. But the systems that matter the most to us, our families, our communities, they need to last us a lot longer than those home meal kits we order every month. We need to allow for them to be inconvenient. We need to slow down enough for them to grow and mature so that we can grow within them and that the roots they shoot out are strong and can be anchored and weather any storm. So go on. Be inconvenient. Go for it. And see who or what loves you back. Then go love someone or something deeply inconvenient and see just how vast of a human being you can actually be. Convenience keeps us efficient, but love, that keeps us alive. Thank you.